Oh, yeah. Well, I love the inside jokes. The inside jokes are always the best. Inside jokes are always better than outside jokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my mantra.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Good to see everyone. We turn on some comments here.
I don't want to take mine off. I don't want to take mine off until Keith shows up.
I'll let you know when. I'll go through here. Oh, so good to see everybody. Hey, look who's in the room with us tonight. The man, Scene Weber, Sean Weber. Oh, man, listen, everybody put away your wives. Put away your wives and your kids. I already told my
With the
wife.
stash like that, I'm telling you.
She can't watch the podcast tonight.
Nope.
Good to see everybody. What's up, Ryan? Andrew? Let's see. Steve McFall, tactical pressure washing. John Shoemaker, my man. Good to see you. Sophia, Bobby Linden, the man, Bobby Linden, Dwayne, Scott. So many in the room tonight. Already we've got 33 in the room, and so good to see everyone. We're glad that you're here. Farmall, Eric. Oh, always good to see you, brother. Well, it's kind of Eric Grooms. There's Keith Pickens. I love it. There's Keith Pickens. Hold on a second.
What's up, Keith?
What's up, Keith? The thing is, Keith still has no idea what we're doing here. You don't have any, John, you don't have any sunglasses handy, do you? We'll do that all night. Oh, gosh. Keith is kind of known for having the sunglasses.
Cool, Keith.
Keith has the sunglasses on the forehead all the time. So we were just, Keith, we were just giving you a hard time there, old buddy.
That's good.
And Christopher Henson.
I'm pulling off. I think I might go a little Eric Church here tonight and wear some glasses.
Well, here's one we'd never thought of. Charles Henry's confused about something. Wonder what that is.
If you've never talked to Charles Henry, you know he's always confused.
He stays confused. Well, it was kind of a last minute thing just yesterday. I messaged Sean and said, hey, why don't you come on and be a guest with us tonight? And he had to pray about it, prayed and fasted. Finally decided the only way I'm going to get these guys off my back is to come on live onto the podcast. Sean, we're glad that you're here. How are you, my friend?
I'm very good. Thank you guys for having me. I guess a few people had fell through, so then Mike last minute reached out. Feels like he hopped on, fill a spot. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm blessed to be here. I'm happy to be here. I watch it, as you guys know, all the time. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
You know what's funny is my wife is she's kind of OCD about some things, and she's very much a planner. She's hounded me for a long time about when are you guys going to get a guest on? You need to have more guests. You need to get people on, interview them, talk to them, and bring a different approach sometimes. I'm like, you're kind of right. And I kind of let that go by for like a couple weeks. And then she's like, well, are you going to get someone or not? And I was like, yeah, I'll get someone. I know a guy.
Yeah.
And I said, Mike, make the call.
Yeah. He gave me permission. I
hope she's not watching tonight, though.
Stop.
I'm scared. She might. Well, she likes North Carolina. She might be heading that way.
I don't promote in-person estimates. I don't. But if you look as good as Sean Weber and you don't do an in-person estimate, you are a fool. That's what you are.
Yeah. I bet his close rate's 110%.
No, you'd be surprised. I fumble the bag when I get there. I'm like, hubba.
Eric Grooms is asking, how's the K1 or the water boss? Well, today was my first day out after installing what's it called? ZK1? Is that what it's called?
ZK. Yeah.
ZK1. And I did not use the water boss because my current water boss is a mess. I've drug it on the ground and it's exploded, and I've put it back together. But I've got a new one on order. It should be here soon enough. And I use just the regular gun, and I really liked it. It's got the nice, soft transition, and I really like it. Now here's the next comment that I really like.
Well, while you're speaking on that nice soft transition when you're squeezing the trigger, Sean, that's the key right there, man. That's how you can hold a DN10 and not get wore out, is with the ZK1 unloader. No jelly arms with that baby. It's smooth.
No, I am jealous. I see you guys. I see Joe Deary has it. You have it, Jeremy. It looks nice. It looks nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never not had anything else. When I first pressure washer ever built, Heath Phelps said put a ZK1 unloader on it, and I've had a ZK1 on every machine I've ever had.
Okay.
What's my first?
It's your first one, Mike?
My first one. I've had the K7 before, and I just couldn't get it to work right with my surface cleaner. Jeremy swore up and down that the ZK1 will do just fine. Okay. And sure enough, I washed the driveway today, 0 problems. So here we go. This is a first-time guest, I think, or first-time roommate here. Is it Babal Shihal? Babal should say that 10 times fast. I'm sure he's got it down. He says, my season is not going so good here in Canada thanks to Trump. Well,
you know what? Once they become Americans, they'll have plenty of business.
You'll be the 51st state. Come on now.
Boom.
Woo. He just left. There's no doubt about it. We just teasing nobody. We're glad you're here.
We're teasing.
Are we? No. You're talking to a veteran, son. I'm out. I'm out on teasing.
Mike said, I could not imagine washing without a Flow Pro. Well, I can, because I did for a great many years. I can't imagine going back without it. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this smuck right here. Hey, Joe, in case you didn't know, buddy, my future's bright. Okay. No one asked for you. No one asked your opinion, Joe.
All the Christmas lights blinding them.
That's it, baby.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Joe Maddox, how much you charge for a standard 1,800 square foot 2-story home, brick vinyl wrap?
I replied back to him. I commented it, but for the sake, would you like me to say it for the sake of saying?
Please.
1,800.
$425.
Okay. All right. Yeah, these guys were priced at $325, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that now. It's a little bit low.
Hey, $425 is the new minimum for house washing.
Excuse me. Oh, you got that.
Yeah.
Wipe my face.
I made to choke you up on that. You all right there?
You got him with the 425.
I did. I went down the wrong way.
You said what?
Well,
a lot of homeowners do that same reaction there, Mike. It's okay.
Yeah, $425 is a minimum on a 2-story home. That's for sure.
I love that. I love that price. I love a $425 house wash ticket.
Here's the thing. I think I've shared this with you, Mike. I don't differentiate the price on a 1-story and a 2-story unless it's just the god-awful 2-story that, I'll get some of those sometimes. Then it will be a little bit different. But generally speaking, I don't have a 1-story, 2-story price.
I do. And I have found that is to my detriment most of the time. I'm finding that a 1-story home usually takes just as long as a 2-story home, but I can't seem to sell a 1-story home at the 2-story price. For some reason, I'm just not qualified at selling the 1-story home at the 2-story.
Is there a big difference in that for you?
In the price?
Yeah.
About $100.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually about $100. But for some reason, it's like they know. They're just like, how much?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I just priced one yesterday at $850 for a 1-story. So I haven't heard back from them. We'll see what happens with that. It was a big 1-story, but I haven't heard back yet.
Oh yeah. Boy.
Can I ask you guys a question
Please do.
about pricing? I mean, I don't know if you, in my videos, I usually share the price of the job at the end of it. I don't know if you guys see it, but if you do see it, what do you think about my pricing? Do you think it's high? Do you think it's low? Do you think it's where it should be? What do you think? That, in your opinion, I would appreciate your opinion on it.
Well, you just put some boys on the spot, didn't you?
Yeah. That one house that you did that was super nasty.
Yeah.
Thought that was way too low.
What did I do that
But
for?
I understand you got more houses out. What was it, like a little compound you did though?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the extremely dirty dirty one? Yeah.
Yeah. What is you? That was all like 250 or something like that.
I think it was. That was like I never got to see it. It wasn't on Google Maps, and it was just like that was the start of like a bigger project. But yes, that was low.
I thought it was a little low, but I think you probably made up for it on the other stuff.
Okay.
I have done that before with multiple properties, but yeah, you know.
We'll get back to that in just a second. Jared Schmidt says, what type is the ZK1 again? What's a flow sensitive unloader, which means when you squeeze a trigger, the pressure it develops from the unloader, not from the gun. So it develops through the hose.
There's no jolt.
There's no jolt. And the beauty of that is, let's say if you're up on a roof or even a ladder, you're going to clean out some gutters, and you're up there and you're bam, you don't have that problem. It develops over a second or two. And I really like it. And it's perfect if you're going to go to the dark side like Jeremy and myself using the Waterball 750 because, it's not rated for high pressure, but ideally with the ZK1 unloader, there's no pressure at the gun. The pressure is at the unloader. So if the unloader were to fail, then yes, there will be pressure at the gun, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I think you're a little bit low, Sean. I think you're a little bit low. That being said, I've never given it any thought because I don't know the market there in North Carolina.
Where are you at in North Carolina?
I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. So
you're
you guys
over Charles Henry.
Yeah, I'm right there with a few of these guys that have reached out to me. I haven't talked to really anybody. I should have talked to some people in my market. I haven't yet. But yes, a few of these guys are. And then you guys just recently had a guest.
JC.
JC. I should be talking to him because he's like the biggest dog in this town. He's got a big company here.
Yeah, he's a big dog.
Yeah.
He's big Christmas. He's big Santa, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, pricing gets crazy because you can, I know Mike's got kind of a price for a standard 1-story, 2-story, and the square footage can range in between his prices. But my prices are generally solely square foot. Like a 2,100 square foot house is more than a 2,000 square foot house, or even 2050. Like I'm solely going off square footage because in my head, it's simple to keep the price rate fair. That way, if they call me in 3 months and I don't remember the estimate or they lost it, and maybe I gave it to them in person, I can just get that square foot and give it back to them. But I like to base mine off square foot. I kind of have that number that I'm at. And I creep it up every year slightly, just like inflation. So whatever my cent per square foot is, I'll just add, 4% for inflation on that cent number instead of the
Jeremy,
overall number.
If I might ask you, Jeremy, for those who are in the room here with us tonight, when you say 2,000 square foot home, is that above ground 2,000 square feet, or if you look online and it says it's a 2,000 square feet and you discover, or whether you discover it or not, there's 800 square feet in the basement that doesn't get washed. How do you go about figuring that out?
I don't really care about the basement. Like
you're not going to the basement, are you?
I'm not going to the basement. At least I don't think I am. I don't know. I mean, Did they chloroform me? I don't really know. I'm not sure what's going on.
No,
Yeah.
so I know
Yeah.
if you were to look it up online and the house says 2,400 square feet, and then you're
Well,
like,
obviously, if you look up if you see a single story house and it's showing it's 2,400 square feet and it's obviously not 2,400 square feet, you're like, well, what's going on with this? So I was like, that's a base. I always measure with Measure Map Pro.
yeah,
I also will use Google if I'm on the computer just because it's simple and easy. And I always, because when you ask someone, if they say, hey, we got a 2,000 square foot house, and I'm like, you got a garage? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's attached and it's, a 2-car garage. Well, you might as well figure that's probably another 800 square feet right there.
Mm-hmm.
right.
What's most garages, 20 by 20 or, okay, whatever, 600 feet, whatever. But that's never factored in when you look at Zillow or whatever. Like they don't factor in the garage for the square footage.
It's fair.
But in the grand scheme of things, is it going to take you that much longer to wash 3 sides of a garage if it's just a normal garage? No, not really.
That's it. 100%.
But
Silly Penguin, I hope to have those in within the next week. Just to answer your question. Jared says, I have a ZK1 on my 5.3 and just thought about the new trailer build and thought they only advised the other type instead of a flow actuator unloader.
So I don't know if he's talking about with this water boss, but here's the thing, and I told you this earlier, Mike, when we had a discussion. I've had 2 or 3 people message me. I've just been real busy, so if you're on here, I apologize. I ain't messaged you back. So the concern I would have with running a water boss on a 4-gallon or a 5.5 or a 6-gallon with a flow sensitive unloader would be the fact that those guns are rated up to like 16 gallons, right? So their orifice is big. They got a bigger orifice, and you can't change out the orifice. I mean, there is a thing you can put in there, and it slightly changes it. But I would think to myself that the gun would way underperform than what you're used to running a water boss on a 5.5.
Right.
And I even told you this earlier that running it on an 8-gallon, you don't really have like that crazy slap and when you're soaping. When you hit your Flow Pro and it goes to soap mode, it works perfectly fine. But there's a big difference in when you go back to rinse mode, like when you're rinsing the gutters, it's way more. But it even performs better, in my opinion, on a 10-gallon. Like you can really tell it on a 10-gallon. It feels great on there.
Cody Smith says, I had no idea that Sean was in my area until someone posted him in my HOA the other week. I tell you, Sean, you guys really have an opportunity there in the Wilmington area to get together and have some fellowship. I would highly encourage that 4 or 5 guys down at Hardee's on a Saturday morning, sipping some coffee and getting some biscuits and gravy and talking pressure washing. That's a dream come true for a lot of guys who have zero fellowship whatsoever. There's a lot of guys in that Wilmington area that you can hang out with, learn a lot, share a lot, make fun of each other. Just don't bring the wives, man. They'll be in your lap. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, we need. You're right. I need to do that. I need to do that.
Sean, you are a firefighter. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit. What's that like? What's your schedule like, and how do you factor in washing when you've got a part-time or a separate job? I should say.
So I'm a full-time firefighter for the city of. I'm for the city of Wilmington.
Okay.
It's funny though, because I've gotten in trouble for promoting my pressure washing business with my firefighter stuff. I got the city manager literally wrote an email. He's like, you can't be using the likeness of the city to promote your business. That was funny.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
That's working to their disadvantage.
Bunch of liberals.
I was like, good press. I mean, any press is good press. But
that's true.
No, so I work 10 days a month. It's 24-hour shifts. Like I'm tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. I'm going in 24-hour shifts. So I only have, not counting the weekends, I have about 13 days a month to wash. So I guess I'm a part-time washer.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Feel that.
Here to share your sense. Justin Nigamato. Oops.
Hey, Jeremy, did you see that?
I did. Some things are sacred, Justin.
That's
Some
right.
things are sacred.
But this is not. Scott Terry says, where can I get a ZK1? I want a ZK1. Where can I get a ZK1? Well, I would say
Where are you located, Scott? How about that?
I just lost it.
Russ Johnson, Southside Equipment.
Outside equipment. Thank you.
Before you think about a ZK1, you got to think about the cheap shot.
Ooh, thank you. I knew we had you on here.
You know, do you really need a ZK1?
Not if you got a cheap shot, bro.
got a
It's
cheap
like,
shot.
what are you even thinking? Yeah, Russ Johnson, Southside Equipment will hook you up and probably one of the best prices.
Yeah. Here's a good. Let me answer John here. John's got a good question here. Hey, John, appreciate it. No, I don't back the unloader down, John, at all. My unloader is set at 3,500 psi. Here's the thought. I've talked to I don't know how many guys that's been running this same setup for years. One guy even has a personal relationship with the developer of the Water Boss gun. The insides are stainless. They're not. It's just not a plastic gun like some people think it is. It's legit inside. So it's going to hold up. These guys are running them 4 or 5 years, no issues. They do. You have to rebuild them, but I don't back mine down. I don't know that Mike. I don't know what Mike's doing, but I haven't backed mine down. That's where mine's set at. So someone even shared that internally that it's rated for 4,400 psi.
Really?
Wow.
So
I like
take it
to
at
sound
that.
of
I don't really know.
I am jealous when I see you guys using that though, because I'm always with the M5. I'm just twisting it like every 2 seconds, having to go high, and it would be
Yep.
nice to just sit there and
Yep.
Yeah.
be able to actuate it.
God, this guy's got all kinds of questions. What's his problem?
Vulcan says, wish me luck, boys. Meeting tomorrow to potentially close a 200 gas station account. We just closed a small 27,000 parking deck.
Wow.
God is good. Keep on grinding.
Dude, that's awesome,
Yes.
Vulcan.
What a beast.
That's awesome. I was talking about this guy right here. Why has he got so many questions tonight?
Where you
That is my house.
You're at Joe's mom's house.
He plays piano.
Honey? She's back there somewhere.
It's daytime.
She's cooking.
It's daytime where I am. In the kitchen. Come on.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
so far. I'm so far away.
I know. I am.
I'm 10 minutes behind on the comments.
All right. We're right here already at nearly the bottom there. We hadn't even talked to our friend yet. So you're full-time firefighter, part-time washer.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been a firefighter?
I'm coming up on my 6th year.
Sixth year.
Yep.
Okay. And do you mind me asking how old you are?
I am 31.
31. And you're not married.
No, I am. I'm married. I just
You
don't
are
wear.
married.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Same
Sure.
here. Same here. I don't wear a ring.
This
Oh,
is family.
I
Yeah.
did not know.
Oh yeah, I got 2 little ones. My son, August, is 11 months old, and then Parker is 2.5.
Well,
Nice.
fantastic. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm
Absolutely.
busy with that. So busy with the family, and then I pressure wash, and the pressure washing started because the fire department, it's a great job, but you just need a little bit more money, So I wanted to start something on my own.
And we're all frozen.
Uh-oh.
Are you there, Sean?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, and how long have you been washing?
I have been washing seriously this is my 2nd season seriously, but for 3 years I've been like doing houses with like pulling the 4 GPM around for 3 years.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Fantastic. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
And now you got the YouTube channel going on. Everybody just loves the YouTube channel. It truly is, besides Kentucky Wash Pros, it has to be my favorite YouTube channel. And guys, I would encourage you, if you have never watched Sean Weber on YouTube, and it's just Sean Weber, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Sean Weber. Sean
See
Weber.
the
Weber
name
Power
there?
Washing.
I mean, with the name like that, you don't need anything else.
You don't need anything else. You don't need a nickname like Fresh Rinse or
It's just Sean Weber pressure washing too.
right. Yeah, that's right. Not the
That's
Sean
it.
Weber pressure washing company.
His logo is his face.
That's right.
No, but in all seriousness, like you guys really were like a big part of the reason why I even started the business. So I'm glad to be on here to thank you, because I've been watching the Fresh Rinse. I've been watching Kentucky Wash Pros. I'm telling you, I'm at the station. It's like 11 at night. I'm watching Fresh Rinse. They're like, "Are you watching Fresh Rinse again? Like, you're just watching this dude wash houses?" I'm like, "You're not getting this? This guy's washing his house in 40 minutes." Like, it was literally amazing to me. I'm like, I'm like, I need to start my own business. This is unreal. Like, these guys are washing houses, doing roofs, like Christmas lights, you name it. So YouTube got me started. That's why I wanted to do YouTube too. I thought it'd be really cool. So you guys kind of inspired me.
Well, all of your competition right around you is pretty upset at us right now. We're starting companies all across America.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? It's good. I think it's good for the industry. You know, so people start thinking about getting their houses washed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
Well, we are truly big fans. We love watching. I tell you what, I think. Again, guys, if you're not familiar with Sean Weber on YouTube, I highly encourage you to just look him up as soon as the podcast is over. Go look him up, because what you're going to find is it's no holds bar. Like, there's no frills. There's editing, but it's editing between the organic matter. It's fantastic. It's fun to watch, and yeah, he's just like, you know what? Here I am. Why not put this out here? I've only got so much time, and you're going to see everything that I've got. And I truly believe that we are in the place now, and I should say, far removed are we on YouTube from the professional look. Like, I just believe most people like organic. It's more relatable. They feel like, hey, I almost feel like I know this guy. It's like he's talking to me, and I really think that's why your channel is such a success.
Thank you.
I mean, the dude peed in a bottle. Like, how much more real can it get?
That was pretty bad.
And it was a small lid bottle.
It was a tiny lid bottle. And there was no problems. So
I mean, it wasn't even a Gatorade.
It was.
Someone commented like, "I use a wide mouth Gatorade bottle." I'm like, "Keep it to yourself." No.
I saw someone commenting up there about the pee in the bottle. I'm like, bro, you know how many times I've opened up both doors on my truck and just stood there in the street and pee? Like, I'm dying here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's the other thing about this industry. It's funny. It's like, at the end of the day, we're literally spraying bleach on the side of people's houses. You know what I mean? So, like, have some fun with it. Like, everyone gets so wrapped up in like the equipment and like, you got to do this and that. It's like, guys, come on. We're just washing houses here. Like, we're
100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a guy who heavily promotes professionalism. Like, if you were to ask me yes or no, can you be too professional? I would say no, if I only get a yes or no option. But if you allow me to elaborate, I would say, no, you can't be too professional. But man, sometimes you just got to tone it back a little bit, because people want to feel like their grandson's coming to wash their house.
Oh, yeah.
Or, you know, and like, I listened to a guy recently, and let me preface this by saying, I do not criticize anyone else's business model.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that this isn't the only business model. And I see guys talking about, well, if I do an in-person estimate, I'm never there less than an hour. I ask where the kitchen table is. We're going to sit down. I'm like, you know what? I don't think, at least my clientele, they're not looking for an interview. They're wanting their house washed.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sometimes we want to make it more important than what it really is. And at the end of the day, if I'm washing 5 houses, how important could that possibly be? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
In one day, it's like, yeah.
I did 5 important things that, like, it's not curing cancer. And I don't mean to slight the importance of it either. I don't mean to minimize it, say that it shouldn't be professional. I agree with you, Sean, and your approach to it on camera is just, I really enjoy it. I truly enjoy it.
Well, thank you. But oh, here, I want a relationship, not a customer.
Just throwing it up there. Just throwing it up there. Yeah.
Of course. I was going to say, Jeremy, but his approach, because it's cool with both of you guys, because the difference is, like, Mike, I know you do a lot of online estimates, and then I've kind of mimicked my business off of you with that. But then Jeremy does the in-person. But I mean, Jeremy's closing these big tickets, and it's like he's doing less work. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm comparing him to myself. He's
100%.
doing less work. It's like, this dude's a salesman, man. You got to love it.
Yep.
But he's going there and he's going there and solving problems. He's going to the house. He's like, look, I know you're not even thinking about the roof, but look at it. Like, I can make it look like this.
You jerk the drone out and you take a picture and, like, you see how bad this looks? Like, yeah,
The drone is serious. The drone is videos. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jeremy is right. Jeremy and I spoke about this, I think, just this morning, if not yesterday, about geography and different regions of the country, whether it be the city, rural areas. Everyone responds and reacts differently. So when I hear somebody say you should only do in-person estimates, I just want to say, well, oh yeah, but maybe that's not everyone's personality. That's not everyone's geography. On the other hand, I preach all the time, especially to the guys in the Exclusively Fresh group. Hey, get really good at doing doing remote estimates, because I believe that's where we're going with the next generations coming up. I mean, they're having drones deliver their coffee in the morning. They really don't have time or think that they have time for these. But it's not a one-stop shop for everyone. So I would say, get to know your geography. If you feel like the people in your town, your city, they're more down-home, folksy kind of people, they want you to come and show up. And somebody said, I believe it was, look through here real quick. Elijah said something about me and Danny Salyer go and we eat a sandwich with our customers. Yeah, that happens a lot for my friend Danny Salyer. And by the way, he's got a new channel called The Mold Ranger. You should check it out. Dude, every third house he's washing, he's getting beans and cornbread shoved down his throat at the dinner table. So, some people, that's just the way that it is.
Yeah. I'll never forget the lady that fixed me a chicken sandwich and bring me 2 Pepsis and a thing of chips, man. And some people's like, you're not going to eat that. I'm like, I'm going to eat that, man. Like, did you see this? Like, she just cooked this. This house is immaculate.
You don't hurt her feelings.
She owns a business in our area. Like, I'm not over here in the trailer park slumming, and there's nothing wrong with the trailer park. I used to live in a trailer park. True story. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, I'm in a different area, right? Why would you not? Why would you not eat it? In fact, I wish you'd have me out to wash it again, and I'd love to have another chicken sandwich.
That's right, bro. Things laced with cyanide.
Yeah.
But people over profits. Like that woman that you shared that meal with. Now, if anybody ever brings up pressure washing, like, you know who I have? This great guy, Jeremy. He ate with me. He did the house. Like, she's going to remember that. It's not just some guy that comes, sprays it for 40 minutes and then leaves and then sends you an invoice. You never met him. I mean, I think that's important.
Well, just today I was at a repeat customer's house. She was one of my very first customers. She's about 45 minutes from me. Mm-hmm. I do nothing. I go into Tennessee for one house, and it's hers. Listen, it's a booger. It's a real booger to get to her driveway. I think I sent you the video, Mike.
You did.
It's so bad. I'm in a holler. You have to pull up, and I have to back all the way up this holler around a curve. And you're talking back in this trailer, several hundred feet up a gravel driveway that's steep just to do this. And I'm sitting there today, and this lady had 16 Yorkies the last time I seen her. 16 Yorkies, okay? I'm serious. And her husband had Alzheimer's. I get there today, and she's just out there talking to me. She's got 4 Yorkies, and her husband passed away.
Oh.
I mean, it's such a sad story, but it's like I've been to her house 4 times, and it's like she knows me and I know her, and you just build that relationship over time. So it's just like you said, when someone needs pressure washing, she's gonna have them call me. She works in all these doctors' offices. She's like she does something for rural health, so she sends me the stuff, and you just gotta take care of people like that.
I think about it like go ahead, Mike.
No. Please, Sean, go right ahead.
I was just going to say, I think about it like, we're washing most people's biggest investment of their entire lifetime, right? Their house, their home. We're not washing houses. We're taking care of people's homes, and Jeremy's been there for 4 years, taking care of that woman's home. You can build those relationships and be that, connected with someone. I think that's the business.
Danny Salyer said, "What's a booger?" You did say booger. You said it's a booger.
Danny knows what I'm talking about. We got them same hollers, Danny. That's in places where it makes you think a few bad words.
And I've got a totally different clientele. Now I have those. I've sat down on the porch with a Pepsi on a number of occasions. It's rare. In fact, the majority of the people that I work for are still working age. And they're just busy. They have busy lives. It's just a different type of customer base. And for me, that works to my advantage because I do want to get through a lot of washes in a day. And when the person wants to talk, I'm going to talk. I'm not going to push them off, but at some point I have to hit the eject button because when I realize that the customer isn't going to be there, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But if they are there, it's nice as well. But just different clientele.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, here's Danny Salyer right here. Here's a case in point. I'm in Danny's ear all day, every day. All day, every day. We're literally in each other's ears. We wash houses together. We talk all the time, and we've been best friends since just out of high school. So, and I will tell you, and he will vouch to this. I tell him all the time. I said, every customer you have, their name is Gertrude McGillicuddy, because they're all 80 years old. They love him to death, and I swear, I think they pinch his cheeks when he gets there and before he leaves, and follows him around to pinch his cheeks, and he gets lunch all the time. That being said, he makes a lot of friends. I don't know how many houses he gets.
He must be washing all of his mom's friends' houses.
Yes.
She's a cutie. I saw a picture of her the other day, Danny. Posted on there.
Marianne, I'm gonna tell you right now, Marianne Salyer, she's pretty good looking.
Hey, I tell you what, I bet Marianne can make a meatloaf, son. With a name like Marianne, meatloaf and some gravy. Good God.
Good. Get slathered on that thing. Mike, I know it probably fouls you up when you're like, you got 6. It's like it's June 2nd and you got 6 on the schedule, and someone just wants to come out and talk. I know you're just probably like, I gotta go. Right.
I try to think of it from like you said, the people over profits thing. You just never know how you're going to help that person. And I try to think of it from that standpoint. It would be easy for us to say, well, maybe this person knows 10 people that I don't know. And that's part of it. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to it from my Christian side, I look at it, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what battle she might be fighting or he might be fighting. And maybe a conversation is all they need to get through the day. And then I just step on the gas when I finally get back to Jazzy, and I go for it. And it might mean that I have to work a little bit over more than what I'm used to working, but I would say, and I'm just throwing a number out of here, I should really track it, but I would say more than half, maybe well more than half of my customers I never see. Most of them work.
That's so nice.
It is nice. It is nice. On the other hand, I don't get to build a lot of the relationships, and because of that, I'm just the guy who washes their house, and the next guy can take my job because we don't have the relationship. So there's the give and take.
Mm-hmm.
Give him Jesus, Mike. That's what somebody said.
To get a what?
We're lucky to get a wada. A wada.
Okay. It's that Southern charm.
Yeah, it's Southern charm, all right. Christina is from New Hampshire.
She's from Boston, right? It's Boston. She's in New Hampshire.
Talk about big tickets. So up there, they just expect $800 minimum. They're probably just expecting $800 to be thrown out every time.
Well, I don't know. Joe Deary's tickets aren't much higher than ours. If
really?
Okay. Yeah. And
when you do 16 houses a day,
right?
He's like today we're pulling 16 times minimum. I'm like pulling my phone out. Like what is this?
Chat GPT. What does that mean?
I'm like, this dude just did my whole month of June and July in a day.
All you got to do is go to Chat GPT and ask it to create you a business plan like Powerful Improvements.
Yeah.
Dean Dirt says, Mike, are you bringing cheap shots down to Chicago that will be for sale? The answer is yep.
Is there houses in Chicago?
Yes. I am. I should clarify that. Thank you. I will be in Chicago on the 6th and 7th for the what's that called, Dean? I don't remember what that's called. Is it the
Wash and Learn?
Wash and Learn conference. So you might Google that, Wash and Learn, and I'll be hanging out there. That's a Sunday and a Monday. Not this week, but the next week, the 6th and 7th, and I will be a vendor. I'll have cheap shots. I'll have just for demo. I will have hose reels, and it's going to be a good time.
I seen a pretty good question, but I can't find it. I read it earlier. I don't know, Sean's videos are. I like his style, but someone had asked, you being on the fire department, what would you think about making like a ladder safety video?
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Totally.
Because a lot of guys, man, have trouble with that, and I know there's a correct way to do everything, and then there's a redneck way to do everything.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, Jay Hughes said, Sean, can you do a ladder safety video sometime with your knowledge from the fire department? Yeah, I definitely could. I'll next video I'll talk about it, but the fire department rules pretty much don't fall off. That's pretty much the big rule. I mean, yeah, but that's a great question. I can.
Very, very nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Boston, now New Hampshire.
We'll have to get Christina on here one night and interview her.
Oh God. Oh, that would be awesome to have those guys on. We got to do that.
Yeah.
I like that emblem, the logo, G&C. That's clean. Really clean.
Yeah. Great people, man. They're great.
Sean, you've got to come to Gatlinburg next year for the retreat, dude. You've got to come. You would just, it's awesome. Such a great time.
No, the son was just young this time. I would have came. I really would have came. I was like, I can't leave the kids, but I'm definitely down.
Yeah. Bring them with you next time.
1-on-1.
Shit, man. Let's let it roll. Let it roll. Let's see, Sean. What would you say? Do you have an avatar, like who is your ideal customer? Do you have that?
Ooh.
Is that something that you know going into business that you had in mind, or
That's a good question. Pretty much from watching all y'all's videos, especially the Fresh Rinses videos, it was just because I saw Mike doing so many houses, and that was my business plan. I was like, I want to do these 1,800 square foot vinyl houses, maybe 2-story. So that would be my ideal customer. But also I feel kind of limited because I'm like Jeremy. I see you doing roofs. You guys all do roofs. I don't really do roofs. I don't have a soft wash system yet. I'm working on that. So I'm saying
you should get a cheap shop.
Yeah. Whoa. I need to get one. But I guess my ideal customer would really be just the quadfecta. Seriously, the other video the other night, everything. Just when they're like, I need everything washed. Roof, driveway, concrete, and where you could just kind of throw a big number at them, that'd be great.
Well, it's like that one house you saw. That one house that was easily my daily minimum. I never shared my daily minimum. I'll keep that. We talk about that offline, but I don't tell everybody that. But that was one place was my daily minimum, easy, and it's like I was there 3 hours, maybe 3 hours, 3 hours, and making a video, talking to the neighbor who wants something done, and then I had something else after that to do, and I'm still home like at 3 o'clock, easy, and I stopped and ate lunch.
So that and then you got the drone footage. The drone footage was great. That was a great.
Oh video. Yeah, I'm sitting here, flying a drone and everything, trying to. So it's like honestly, I probably spent an hour of just lollygagging, getting footage and stuff.
So that's a good. I'll ask Mike. Will you be offering a bypass for the sheep?
Hey Joe, I'm going to answer that in the comment section while these guys talk about drones and I don't know what they talk about.
And then go ahead, Jeremy.
No, you're good. Christina is asking for subtitles. Sorry.
Jeez. And then Rusty just commented. Rusty's an OG.
Rusty's a real one.
He provides crazy. I love his videos. He was one of the guys I started out watching, and I'm like, because his videos back in the day, he was starting out. Now look at him. He's got like a killer rig. He's doing everything. Roofs. He's got a crew.
Yeah. He's got his Clean Money podcast. That's sweet.
Oh yeah. I still watch it. I'm watching.
Rusty's a showman.
He is.
If we met him at the Huge. Okay. Such a nice guy. It was such a pleasure meeting him. But he's so thoughtful with his footage and his editing, and I'm just over here rubbernecking, throwing crap together, and I don't put a lot of time and effort into it because I feel like if I put a lot of time and effort into it, then it's going to make me not want to do it because I don't have that want to be a video editor.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Well, I would tell you, Jeremy, you and I probably get along so well because we're not on the same page about everything. I think that's something that would surprise people about Jeremy and I, at how different we are in our approach to a lot of things. But it's like
twins, like Arnold and Danny.
Yeah, sure it is. So in this respect and in this context, I am right-brained. I'm very creative, and you'll notice when we get on the podcast, and I'm the one talking, and Jeremy says, "I got to get all this sent out." I don't even know how to send it out. He
didn't even know how to send the invite link to Sean. I had to walk him through.
I was like, I don't know how to send Sean an invite, and so finally got it figured out. But I love editing the videos. I just love it.
Yeah.
Some people are like, God, that just makes me want to just throw up just thinking about it. I'm like, see, that's the difference between people.
But Jeremy's been putting in the work though. He's been on Facebook having great ads, content coming out, so even though you don't want to do it, you've been doing it, it looks good.
Well, I'm good doing that because that makes me money.
Yeah, money.
That's for business. Like YouTube's a hobby. It's Joe's approach when he started was, hey, this is kind of like a diary, a documentary of my journey, from where I started, where I'm at. And, Joe does no editing. And that's kind of a similar approach I have. Like, it's like, hey, I started out of the back of a truck, not knowing anything. And then here I am. And I was just kind of wanted to document that along the way, because if I could do it, doing it part-time, there's no reason why anyone else can't do it.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to make YouTube something that it isn't for me. Like, it's not, it is a business, but it's not really a business to me.
And then also something to be said about that. And here's 3 guys who have YouTube channels. There's so little money in it that the editing, you better love it, because it's not worth the time. Like it just is not worth the time. Either you really enjoyed doing the editing and the building of the video, or you enjoy helping people. But if you don't enjoy those things, I don't know why you would ever do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because the money is simply not there. And at least it's not for me. And I track it. So it's not there. Not I will tell you this. In a month's time, I could easily wash a very small home and make more than what I'm going to make on YouTube. And so I could just say, I don't think I'm going to do YouTube anymore. And in the time that it takes for me to edit a video, I'll just go wash another house and make more than I'm going to make in a whole month on YouTube.
And save hours. Yeah.
And save hours. Yeah. Yeah. Because you've got the time invested in the wash while making the video, right? You're making the video while washing. That takes time.
Oh, yeah.
Then you've got the editing. Then you've got the answering questions in the comment section of the video. And by the way, they live in perpetuity. So I'm still answering questions about that rig I built 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Literally. So
like, what solution do y'all use?
I'm answering questions about plumbing. What fitting do I get for them? I'm like, God, that was 4 years ago. I haven't the slightest clue. And so
I shared that with you the other day. About the guy asking me where to get an O-ring for the gearbox. I'm like, where'd you buy the gearbox? I don't know. Call the distributor. Call the vendor. I don't know. Someone Facebook messaged me like, hey man, how's that 420 Predator holding up? I'm like, I ain't had that in like 3 years, bro.
I ain't gonna buy it unless it lasts 4 years.
And I get it. When I was resurfacing the floor in my garage, I was messaging people who had videos out 5 and 6 years.
But that's the beauty of YouTube, though. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's like you can find the most niche thing,
right?
And like you can actually connect with the person. It's not like that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That's why I was at the fire station. I'm telling you, these guys, it's like midnight. They're like, why are you watching this fresh rinse, dude? They're like, this is looking weird now, man. I'm like, get out of here. It's just good stuff.
Ian, that's a lot, buddy. I know from your end, you're wanting a lot of answer for this question. I tell you, it's a lot of answer right there. Let me tell you.
Ian, I think I've got a video that talks about equipment from about last January. And it talks about the equipment you need. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll drop a link. It's too much to talk about. I'll tell you that.
But Ian, it's not about the equipment though, man. Just grab your grandpa's pressure washer and start, man. That's all you got to do.
Good for you.
Grab anything.
Yeah.
Before I started Kentucky Wash Pro, Sean, I don't know if I've said this, but or I told this story on here. Maybe you don't know it. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I washed a house, dude, with a pump up sprayer with Pool Central's chlorine mixed up, probably like a 2% mix. I don't really know. I could even split it 50-50 because I didn't know what I didn't know because I was trying to mow yards. But I washed a vinyl siding house with a is it called Chaplin? Pump up sprayer from Lowe's. I washed like a 1,300 square foot house with a pump up sprayer and like a 2.5 gallon Craftsman because I thought I needed the pressure washer to rinse it with. When really, I could have used the water hose.
Uh-huh.
And that was like the first way I ever washed a house with chlorine.
Yeah.
So
And there's still
like Ian, it's not that hard.
no.
Yeah.
Watch anybody's channel.
Juan, great question. How much do you guys spend on Facebook ads each month?
Well, Mike, you care to share your amount?
I'll share. How about we just kind of do a little roundtable here? I'll go, then Jeremy, and then Sean. Mine's 0, Jeremy.
Currently 0. However, I have spent up to $1,000.
I spent like $50 in the beginning of the season on a video. I promoted the video, so $50.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Won't you just drive on over to Greens? Is it Greensboro, South Carolina? Is that where he's at? Rivers? I don't know where he's at, Sean. You make the hike over and handle that for us. Just go ahead and take care of that guy.
Take care of our light work.
Yeah, that's a light work.
Elijah is asking me how many hours I have on my 8GPM. My old one, which is sitting in the floor of my shop, but will soon be going on my F-150. I'm going to say it has just under 4,000 hours. My new one has just a couple of hundred hours.
Your new one's got a couple hundred hours?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. That's the one you put the new one on there. That's right.
Yeah, it was brand new with no hours.
I was like, how's it got 200 hours already?
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? I don't even have 200 hours on mine.
I'll leave it running all night. I'll leave it running between jobs.
I don't have 200 hours on either machine.
Yeah, I've got nearly 4,000 on that one machine.
Unreal.
So you do the math. Let's do that real quick, guys. I'm just going to pull this up here. I'm not going to take a lot of time to do this.
So you say that's 4,000 house washes?
Well, let's just say, let's just say 3,800. Well, let's just say that it takes an average an hour. Some of those are less, and then there's some are more. So let's just say, we're just saying 3,800 houses or house washes with that one machine. And let's just say that it was at hold on a second. 3,800 times 500. That's 1,000. That's 1,900,000.
Wow.
Off that one machine. So I bring up that number from time to time because I hear guys say, man, I don't know if I want to do the Predator or if I want to spend the money and do the Honda. When it all comes and washes out, you're not missing the money. You see what I'm saying?
Get the Honda.
Get the Honda.
And you're talking to the guy who built the Predators. Get the
Even
Honda.
Jeremy's saying get the Honda. That's
I have no Predators no more. I have all Hondas. I even have Hondas sitting on the shelf waiting to replace the Hondas I got.
I love Hondas. God, they're just
I was cheap and broke when I started. I didn't have no money.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I still don't have no money.
Mike, I want to ask you a question, and it might be a little bit of a sizzle question. So I don't know what that means, but it just might be a little bit of just hear me out.
Okay.
How are you dealing with the naysayers of the cheap shot? How is that? Is it affecting you? Is it not affecting you? Are you fighting through it? Because I got to say, I look up to you in the fact that you are pushing through and like creating something in this industry new, and you're giving options to people. So that's my opinion on it. But how do you feel?
There are naysayers.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, essentially,
this is news to me. Well, and I say that somewhat in jest, but in reality, no one has ever criticized the cheap shot because the cheap shot is just the facilitator of whichever pump that you choose. I choose to use the Harbor Freight 79cc motor, but I don't promote that. I think I probably indirectly do in that the ready mount system that's on the cheap shot fits the Harbor Freight setup perfectly. It's all that I use. But you could use an AR-45, a P40 Comet. You can use a 12 volt if you wanted to. You could use any pump for this. So when people criticize the cheap shot, they're doing it inadvertently. They don't know that they're really. I don't sell the motor. So someone commented on one of my videos and they said, I think it's very, how did they say it? It's very irresponsible for you to sell something that will explode. And I said, sell what? Because you can't, like, nothing that I sell explodes. But I get that they see that. But to answer your question overall, whether it's the cheap shot or it's any kind of criticism that I get, and I have gotten criticized for a myriad of things, you might be surprised to hear me quote Aaron Parker, but I'm going to quote Aaron Parker because he said something several years ago. Now, Aaron's with, I don't know his true affiliation or his total affiliation with that Southeast Soft Wash. But
Aaron Parker. Yeah. Aaron Parker.
Lean and mean.
Yeah, lean and mean academy.
Yeah. He said something years ago that I have gotten a ton of mileage out of, and I believe whenever you quote someone, you should give them the props. And so this came from Aaron Parker. He said, "Dogs only bark at moving cars."
Yep.
Which is to say that what I take from that to mean is that dogs bark at moving cars because the cars are going somewhere that they can't go.
Preach.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I have gotten a lot of mileage out of that. When I hear people barking at the cheap shot, they're barking at the water boss thing that Jeremy's doing, that he's not promoted, but showcased. People will always bark when they can't go or they're not willing to go. And I say, man, I guess we're going in different directions, or I'm going somewhere and you're not going anywhere. I don't care. Either way, keep on barking, especially on YouTube, because I get paid for every comment. Not much, but
preach.
Keep on barking, baby. Keep on barking, you dogs. I used to take it very personally, Sean. I used to take the comments on YouTube very personally. I mean, I'm like diving into it to shoot and fire back, and I just kill them with kindness. Like, I'm sorry you can't go where I'm going.
Yes.
It aggravates me for you because I'm thinking, like, dude's only selling a stand, the mixing valve, the plumbing kit, and a gun. Like, he's not selling the motor. Like, you could put essentially you could put anything on that. Like, I could take that stand and use it for my P40 or my AR-45, or I could use it on a 12 volt. Like, it's a very nice stand. It's very nice.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Well, thank you.
It works perfectly. It works perfectly for the for those trash pumps. But at the end of the day, you're not selling an engine, so I don't get. But I guess you've made such a splash in our industry that now it's just known as the cheap shot.
I love the splash. I love everyone getting mad. I love seeing the comments.
What's so interesting, what you just said there, Jeremy, and we'll shut up or change subjects or pray or whatever we're going to do. But what's so interesting is that whenever somebody shows a Harbor Freight pump, somebody inevitably every single time will say, "Oh, so you're going the cheap shot route. You're going to do the cheap shot. You're building," or somebody will say, "This is my version of the cheap shot."
Name brand.
I wonder if Henry Ford felt that when somebody says, "Well, I'm going to build my own Model T." Well, no, not really. You might be building an automobile, but there's only one Model T, right?
Yep.
So I feel good about that. So if that's promotion, it works.
I love it.
That's great.
We're having fun tonight.
Well, this is great. I've had a great time. I'm glad you come on, Sean.
I'm so thankful to be asked. Thank you, guys. It's been a blast.
Hey, Ian, real quick, buddy. I just want to say something to Ian real quick. We're not dismissing your question back there about what to start out with. Not dismissing that in the least. Just know that I have 800 plus videos on my channel. Jeremy has many hundreds, and so does Sean. And then there are countless. There's so much to be said about that. And the basics would be, man, you need at least a 4 GPM machine. You want to pick you up a surface cleaner for that 4 GPM machine, somewhere around 16-inch surface cleaner. You're going to get some 3/8 pressure washing hose, a decent gun, and you'll be hard at it.
Yeah, and Ian, I put a link. I don't know if you saw it for that video I was talking about with equipment to start out with. Watch that, man. There's very many things. If you have questions, you can always just reach out on Facebook and message me directly. And I might be slow to respond. Maybe. It depends on where I'm at and what's going on. You might hit me right at the right time. I might be on the crapper and I might have my phone in my hand. And then I'll respond immediately. But reach out for help, dude. Hey, Ian, if you're not part of it, man, and by the way, anyone who's on YouTube, if you're not part of the Wash Pros Facebook group, you need to be. You're missing out. This is where you can come to this group and ask these kind of questions, and no one's going to give you crap. And if they give you crap, they're gone. I don't put up with it. Like, we're not here for that.
Mm-hmm.
I've banned so many people I don't even know. I mean, no nonsense.
It's in there, Ian. I promise you it's in there. Just keep scrolling up. You'll see it.
Ian, here it is right now coming through. It's in the chat.
There you go.
I feel embarrassed with some of my questions. Don't feel embarrassed.
Hey man, don't feel embarrassed. I didn't even know what SH was. I was like, these guys are talking about SH. What's that?
But listen, Ian, if you're washing in the Southeast North Carolina area, just quit right now, okay?
That's right.
Hey, if you're Charles Henry.
Charles Henry.
Call Charles Henry if you're in Wilmington.
Well, somebody said do not get a loan. Don't finance it. Neptune Pressure Washer says just do not finance anything. Make money, then put it back into your business. I think that's probably the safest way to go. I don't promote any kind of financing. No. I think everyone has to make that decision themselves. But I don't disagree with Neptune. The safest way is to get out there, hustle, and just put it back. So on my, as an example here, on the Exclusively Fresh channel, which is a subscription channel for those of you who didn't know, we talk extensively about putting money back into the business. It's called retained earnings.
Yeah, retained.
I put 12% of every job goes back into the business. That's my retained earnings. I think Jeremy said, maybe it's Jeremy said he puts 15% of retained earnings back into the business. And when you do that over time, and by the way, time is your best friend. Over time, you will be able to replace anything and everything on your rig when something goes bad, and then you can order multiple parts. You see a good deal on DN10 valves, and you're going to buy 10 of them. You know what I mean?
Or that guy in your town goes out of business, and he's got a killer deal because he's got bills to pay and he's hungry. And you can buy his stuff cheap.
And you can go buy his stuff. It's true. Yes, sir. Retained earnings. Put them back into your business.
Yeah.
All right. Where we at, guys?
We're at 12 after the hour.
Gino, $199. And that gets you a complete your own designed skid altogether. Not just your logo. We call it a skin and tattoo. You just PM me on that one.
Hey, Ian, don't feel bad, man. I see you got $3,000 invested and you haven't even started yet. That's fine, man. Don't get disappointed in that. I'm literally building a flatbed for a guy who hasn't washed a house yet, and he's probably spent $15,000.
Wow.
I mean, 8-gallon flatbed, P40. He can afford to do it, but don't be worried. And listen, $3,000, man. That's all. If you got a 4-gallon, I seen you had a 4-gallon and a surface cleaner. Dude, go out and do some driveways. Go out and get you an X-Jet. I've never X-Jetted, so don't ask me how to do it. But get an X-Jet and clean some houses, dude. That's all you need. And I personally think with a 4-gallon, that a 4-gallon, an X-Jet, and a surface cleaner, dude, go out into the vinyl jungle and make you $1,000 a day. Easy. I won't say easy. It's not easy. Forgive me for saying easy. But you go out and you're getting, $300 or $400 house washes. Well, I think with a 4-gallon, you can probably do 2 house washes a day, maybe 3. I've never washed with a 4-gallon, but I'm guessing.
Jeremy, the question, Ian asks, where's Wash Pros? That's on Facebook. It's on
Facebook. Ian, let me. I got my Facebook link pulled up, so let me grab that link. I'm just linked up tonight, son.
You got all the links.
I got all the links, baby. Copy.
Keith Pickens ain't wrong. What can I get for $99? I'll start my machine and let you listen.
Wow, that's good.
Ian said he did
Ian,
a
there's
job.
the link.
Oops.
Well, Ian, I see you don't have Facebook. I'd highly recommend it. I'd highly recommend it. You're getting into business. You need a Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need a personal page so you can have a business page. Who cares what you do on the personal page? Actually, yeah, you really should post on your personal page. Yeah. But that's a whole other thing, man. That's a whole other thing. Talk about marketing, posting. I mean, we could spend weeks on that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, Sean, thank you, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
absolutely, brother.
We just kind of 3 guys and a bunch of weirdos talking about pressure washing in life. I love it.
Love it.
Like
3 guys.
My beard off now.
One last thing from out of the toolbox tinker. He says, Sean, I like the rear facing reels you have. Going to add the same so I can easily pull hose for HOA curbing. It's pretty cool.
They're good stuff.
All right. Shall we pray?
Yep. Is it on you tonight, brother?
It's on me, and I'm gonna pray for Sean, or for Ian, who's getting his business started. I'm gonna pray for Sean, his new family. I say new. How long have you been married, Sean?
Put me on the spot.
Get this one right.
4 years. 4 years.
Fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Try to get a stash like Sean. That's right.
This is horrendous, this one.
All right. Let's do it, guys. Let's pray. Father, it is in the name of Jesus that we come to you tonight. We are so blessed and we are so grateful. We have friends in this industry who we just feel so connected to. And it's amazing how a YouTube video with true personality just makes you feel like you know a person. And we feel like we know Sean, though we've never met. It's like we finish one another's sentences. And it's wonderful to have this kind of friendship. And we hope to do more podcasts just like this one in the future. We pray for Ian as he starts his business and he's getting things going. Lord, give him wisdom, keep him safe, and may he be able to provide well for his family. And we pray for Sean as he continues to grow. He's got decisions to make. Is he going to continue being a firefighter? Is he going to go full-time with pressure washing? Is he going to hit the eject button on pressure washing altogether? Only you know, but would you give him wisdom to make those decisions? Bless those who are in our room tonight with safety as they head out to wash and provide, and may you give them many blessings. In Christ's name, amen and amen. God bless you all.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys. See y'all.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Thank you so much.